let's get on with the game and do some actual exploring, as that's the name of the game. Mr. Zulu has 3 subscreens. He has a star field. Once you've reached your star, you can go into this one and look at the planets in it and your speed. Let's start with star map, which is rotating. We are not caught in a time vortex tornado or anything like that. It's just spinning around to show us a good view of the stars. And that white dot that turns grey when it goes to the back of the sphere is the Enterprise. If I click this rotational thing, which looks a bit like the refresh button, that stops the rotation of the stars. We can select a star and it will tell us the coordinates, how many light years it would take to get there, and the name, of course. And if we select Spock, he will tell us that it is called dogfight, and it's a Federation system and it has 3 planets. Now, normally this would be a safe place for us to go, but in the story of this game, the Federation is at war with itself. Like, there's a bunch of rebel Federation ships, hence the name of the game, Rebel Universe. So it's not necessarily any safer than going to a Klingon planet. Karen, what is that? That's a Klingon place to go. Romulan. Now you'll notice that the windows have changed around the screen here, and now I can select this one to set my speed. We want to be going at warp speed, and we don't want to be going at warp 10. I mean, we can go at warp 10, but you'll have Scotty barking in your ear. Well, not literally barking in your ear because there's not a lot of sound in the game, but visually he'll be going, "Shipwreck apart, Captain, she can't take the pillar." And then I have to apologise to every Scottish person in the planet Earth because that was awful. But in my defence, that is an impression of an American actor doing a Scottish impression. So you can let me off, can't you? Warp Factor 6, Mr. Zulu. Oh, I've forgotten to do something. Set a course to Guran. If you go to Kirk, you'll see the timer sped up. That's indicating that we are moving. And then there'll be a little ding to tell us that we are at our destination. There it is. Apart from that, there isn't any real way of knowing that you're in motion. It would have been nice to have some sort of starfield animation to show you that you're travelling towards a star system. You don't have to put the planets in there or anything, just the stars, you know, like at the beginning of the show. And I'm sure the Commodore 64 was capable of something like a simple star burst like you would have got on a Windows 95 screensaver. And you'll see that the time is now slowed down as we've reached our destination. Now that's because it kind of runs in real time. It takes you several days to get star system, so it speeds up the time, but shows you that, you know, these amount of days are passing or these amount of hours are passing. We are now in a system. Let's select the system. We've got a little light blue picture of the Enterprise there, and in the middle we've got the star, which is Zuram, whatever, and there's different planets you can select, and it shows you a little dotted line which will be the trajectory of the ship when it went there. So this one would actually take the longest to get to because I have to go on this big loop around. Can't just turn the ship and fly directly there. That would be way too simple. So I guess the closest one would actually be this one, Zuram 3. So let's confirm that and let's select full impulse. And now we're going there at full impulse. And we're at the planet. There we go, nice little picture of the planet. I have a sneaky suspicion that every planet's going to be orange with a little yellow glow. Let's talk about combat. So I'm going to select Mr. Zulu and we're going to wander into a Klingon territory and hope that some Klingons attack us. So we'll just select planets, talk to Spock. Oh, back straight away. Perrin, Klingon, 5 planets. Couldn't have asked for a better first try, really. Let's go warp factor 8. Let's push it. Alright, we have arrived at our destination. Let's go to the planetary one. I'm going to assume that we need to get in there. Let's select one of these. Full impulse. sure if we mingle around these 5 planets, it shouldn't be long before one of these Klingon ships starts attacking us. Red alert. Klingon attack. Okay, Mr. Chekhov. We've got 3 submenus here. I'm assuming our shields just raise automatically. There's the Enterprise, there's the Klingon ship. We can turn, and now he's directly in front of us. Select him. He's now on he's got a wireframe view of the ship, but before we can attack him, we need to ready phasers or torpedoes. Select ready phasers, all 4. You cannot select phasers and torpedoes. We shall select a part of the ship, the largest area, I think, and then if we click these squares, we now attack the Klingon ship. That means we've just beaten him. So if we now go to Spock and select Enterprise, yes, we have taken a bit of damage. Structure 91%, energy banks 94%. That's because we used some energy on the phasers. You can recharge, refuel and repair at stations. There's 2 different stations, I think, but one of them is better for sort of refueling and stuff like that, and the other one is better at repairs. But you can get temporary repairs at the refueling stations and proper repairs at the garage, space garage. Oh, another Klingon attack! Another Klingon attack. Okay, let's go into our map here. Let's rotate. If we click it twice, it goes the other way. There's 2 on the screen now, so let's click this one here. Right, there we go. The phasers are ready, but let's take them off and ready torpedoes, which are finite. We have 39 of those. They are not forever. Now, if we select an area of the ship and fire a torpedo, just looks like a phaser, doesn't it? But it is firing torpedoes, and it takes much fewer torpedoes to blow up a Klingon ship than it does phasers, obviously. So now we've only got 35 left. Let's go and ready phasers. We've still got another ship to deal with, so we'll deal with him. Okay, so if you choose different areas, it does different amount of damages. Like the neck, for example, is where you do the most damage on one of these kind of Klingon vessels, but it is hard to hit. As you can see, I'm missing a lot of the time. I always wanted to do fire. Alright, there we go. We're getting some hits in there now. They do overheat as well, I think, if you too many times. Let's get in with a torpedo. Yeah, see, they're running out of juice now, because really it's not that great doing this with a joystick. See, I'm just chucking torpedoes away now. But one direct hit with a torpedo, boom. It's game over. Game over, man. Wrong franchise, man. Okay, if we go to Spock, he will tell us a bit of information about the planet that we are now orbiting, Nebulous Zone. I believe that we won't be able to land on this because we need a life-supporting planet, and he would tell us if it was that. So, go back to Mr. Zulu, select our planetary orbit thing, and select some other planets, and see what Spock says about them. Life supporting, 002. Another independent planet. Life supporting, let's go back. Confirm. Full impulse. So what's the Enterprise? Approach the planet. We are now orbiting the planet. If we go over here and select Captain Kirk, we now have a transporter option. So let's select the transporter option, and we've got 6 transporter pads, so we can select up to 6 people, but I'm going to leave some people on the ship because often in the show they would attack the ship while the away team were on the planet, so I don't know if that's going to happen or not. And I'm going to be very predictable and go for the holy trinity of Kirk, Spock, Bones. Click this T in the middle here, and we have beamed down to the planet. Way ahead blocked, force field generator. Click it, nothing happens. If we click on Bones, walk towards it. If we click on Spock, decode control logic. And if we click on Kirk, search for hidden switch. So that each of them are giving us different options. I'm going to choose Spock and try and decode control logic. It overloads and injures a person. Okay, that was obviously the wrong choice. Bones, walk towards it. Why the hell not? Let's just walk straight into the thing. It's deactivated. Okay then, that was the thing to do. Move forward. No way ahead, Lepton gun. Okay, and I guess we're going to get suggestions about this as well. Bones is going to say beam it up. Spock is going to say analyze it. Kirk is going to say take it. I'm going to go with Spock and analyze it. Use against I. Beam generator. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. I'm going to admit it. Kirk, just take the damn gun, man. It is picked up by a person. No way ahead. There doesn't seem to be anything else for us to do, so let's just click this and go back to the ship, back aboard the Enterprise. And if we click stories, we will see, now we've got a Lepton gun, and it suddenly dawns on me that I can't read, and that this does not say stories because there is no I, and there is an I in stories. That says stores, which is why this appears to be an inventory of sorts. Well, that's embarrassing. Damn it, man, I can't read. I can't read. Spock. We've gone to planet, picked up something. That's pretty much the aim of the game. You go around exploring different planets, picking up different items. And I think that the aim of the game is to just restore everything to the way it usually is, where the Federation are all happy, family, and it's just the Klingons, the Romulans, and whoever else, big, massive-headed aliens that you have to worry about. Closing thoughts on this game. Great graphics for its time. The sound, there's not a lot of sound, there's not a lot of music. That could be better. The gameplay, there's a lot of stuff to do. You get to control all different areas of the ship. You get to go down to planets. Okay, you don't really get like a platformer game where you can walk around on the planet or anything, but you get to do things. And if you use your imagination a bit, you can feel like you're flying the Starship Enterprise and doing all the stuff that they would have done on the show. I would say, as a child with a Commodore 64, I may have found this game a little bit dull because it's slow paced, it's not particularly action packed, it's more of a simulation. As a young teenager, becoming a bit of a trekker, whatever the PC way of saying it is these days, I would have loved it. I was really into simulations and this would have really appealed to me. Depends on what kind of person you are. I mean, did you enjoy No Man's Sky? I personally quite enjoyed No Man's Sky for what it was and not for what it was promised to be. But let's not get into that. All I'm saying is if you like large galaxies with many things to explore and discovering things, then this game would appeal to you. If you're the kind of person that thinks that that's dull as dishwater and you just want to blow stuff up, run and jump and drive fast cars, it's not going to appeal to you. Having said that, if you're playing a Commodore 64 in 2018, you might have a bit more patience than the average gamer, so this could be your bag. Anyway, that's what I thought of the game. Let me know what you think of the game. Did you enjoy what you saw? Have you tried to Have a go on it yourself. Has it made you feel like maybe picking up a copy or trying it on an emulator or something like that? Did you think it was bad or good? Did you agree with my findings or the Zap reviews, or let me know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't been here before, and hit that bell so you get your notifications. Hit me a like. Anything that you can do to support the channel is really, really appreciated. But for now, this is Commander 64 signing off.